Hi travelers. So the second video I'm doing about searching for international award flights is again a reader story and a reader question, and it also is partially me trying to encourage readers to actually make these award flights when they're available. And so we're going to take a look at that. This reader wants to go from Chicago O'Hare to London for a trip with I think friends from either college or medical school and sometime this fall. And I think she has her dates, but we're just going to do some general searching. So right now we're going to start with points, yeah. All right, so here we are with points, yeah, and we are going to search for Chicago to anything in London. We're going to find Heathrow flights, and it's just one passenger, but the defaults are two, and that shouldn't really affect anything. And I'm just going to do some general dates in October, but this can be true for a lot of time periods, even close in. As you can see, we're not that far away from October, but you can still find award availability. I'm going to pause here while this search is going and come back. Okay, so the search is completed here, but I'm going to go, because there are just a lot of flights that are direct from Chicago to London, let's try to choose one of those. And so I see nonstop for 27,500 one way. That's a great award value. And the ones that are showing up here, the beginning ones, are using Alaska Atmos points. Now, unfortunately, this reader does not have Alaska Airlines Atmos points, but because we see this award availability, we're going to try a different tool. So the reader has Capital One and Chase points, and those both transfer to British Airways Avios and other types of Avios. And so what I'm going to do, even though British Airways does not often show up on some of the award tools, we're just going to search directly on British Airways to take a look what we can find. Okay, so here we are on the British Airways site, and I'm going to the top of the screen, and there's a place where it does book flight with Avios. And when that comes up, we're going to see this screen, a little bit wonky, but I've already started this. So you put in Chicago to London. We are going to search for October. I think we searched around here. So let's try the 19th, or maybe we'll try, or let's try the 22nd. One way only, get flights. And British Airways is known for having relatively high fees, taxes and fees, but they're not terrible if you're going in economy, which this reader I think is fine with for this particular trip. However, I'm going to show you how it might come up that you could consider flying premium economy. Maybe more taxes and fees, but it could be a more comfortable way to travel. So, all right, here we go. So, all right, we're seeing here's a flight leaving at 5, getting in at 6:50, and there's one premium economy left. So let's take a look at this is 46,000 Avios and $268 in taxes and fees. Now, I personally would spring for this. It's 20,000 more points than that. The other flight we saw, which I believe was on American, but to me that would be worth it. We do see ones, here's some of these American Airlines flights. I think this is the same flight we saw on Points, yeah. And let's see what the text, okay, so interestingly, fewer points, but more taxes and fees. So that's, I think if it's just a British Airways flight, not American, which this one is, you would find it to be, oh, let me try a different day, that the taxes and fees are way less. They're only about $100. Okay, so I had to look for another day, but I do see one economy seat left on British Airways. And you can see here that it's the same number of points as the Atmos flight, but just slightly more tax and fees, $103. Again, to me, a really good value, but as I mentioned, I would probably spring for the premium economy to have a more comfortable experience on that long flight for a direct flight, and it would be worth it. So I hope this is helpful. I hope this is going to encourage the reader to actually book a flight, but obviously checking first to make sure the flights are available on British Airways, then transferring your Avios, then going from there. I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have questions.